Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Commodity TV's ZURI Invest night here today in Zurich. And we have the honor and pleasure to do a lot of TV interviews for the ZURI Invest company. And we are now talking to Kapa Gold for an update with Dave Paxton, the CEO. Hey, good morning. How are you, Dave?
Good morning. How are you doing? Nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you. It has been, I think, a good 6 months that we haven't
That's
seen
right.
us easily.
Catch up every 6 months to see how things are going.
And as you just told me up front, it looks like that Mr. Trump is doing an executive order, which would help you a lot.
Donald Trump has just issued an executive order, 20th of March. He wants to accelerate mining out of the US. So he said it imperative that the departments come up with all potential mines within 10 days. I think that's passed already. But certainly the last time that Trump was in power, he made the agencies have to come up with permits within 5 days, else they'd be approved. We haven't seen that yet in this one. But certainly that would make a big difference for us in California. Now, we are planning to drill at the moment. We're drilling on patented land, which is our land, which we thought we could just move in and drill. But no, we've got to check out with endangered vegetation to make sure we're not interfering with endangered vegetation. So we send people on to look at that. So we will be drilling in the next little while on patented land over and above the old underground gold mine. So hopefully get some good results out of it.
Okay, super. And how many meters you are planning? What depths do you think?
Not deep. The problem there before was drilling with RC and diamond drilling. It's quite broken ground. So the gold tended to wash away. The water doesn't return out of the holes. So we're going to bring in sonic drilling, which is really designed for drilling into dumps and tailings dumps and that sort of thing. So we hope to get a much better recovery. The holes will only be about 60 meters deep. But from the top of the cliff, the old mine was really just at that sort of level, so we'll easily be intercepting those levels, and hopefully we'll see some good grade. That is on patented land, so it's really pretty much permitted for mining already.
Okay, super. Yeah, exactly. But that's what I wanted to ask now. If that executive order comes through, like you said, how in that sense does that help you then to really accelerate your path to production?
So the executive order is done. 20th of March it was named, but it was really just an interim, we think an interim executive order saying that the departments must come up with potential mining projects within the state, and that things must be expedited. The real problem is that the departments are very short of people, so they really just can't get through those things. But last time Trump came up and said that anybody, you had 5 days to approve a permit. If it wasn't approved within 5 days, it was automatically approved. I don't think I'll get to that level this time, but certainly it will accelerate. And we've already seen some acceleration. The meetings with permitting guys going much quicker, and they're bringing people on. We are speaking to them. One of our other plans is to drill on the non-patented ground in Blackhawk. Originally we were thinking that's a good 9 months planning to get the permits. We think that'll be accelerated. So gives us a lot more potential to get some drilling done on that.
Okay, super. Let's assume you get that acceleration, you get that fast track with the permitting and everything. What else do you need really to bring the project into production then? What are the next steps?
It's an exploration project. So it's an old underground mine that was very high grade mine. On the top of a cliff. We've actually sampled down the edge of the cliff. We'll be releasing those results. I haven't seen them yet, but hopefully those will be good results. If those are good, we'll follow up with drilling. There was previous drilling there, but a lot of the gold we think was washed away. So we'll follow up with this drilling. What happens then on patented land? That's really, you would probably just take the material out and treat it somewhere else. To mine it. It's on patented ground. It was an underground mine, but we think it wouldn't be difficult for us to get some sort of permit to mine it, but not process it. The processing would have to be somewhere else. But if it's a reasonable grade at these gold prices, it's well worth transporting.
Yeah, exactly. And you would have in the neighborhoods those...
Equinox mine is just 35 miles away. They'd be looking for high-grade material, we would have thought. So we haven't spoken to them, but that would be something of interest.
High grade, that's also one of the keys.
Well, what's high grade now with these gold prices? A gram is $100.
It's already
1 gram is $100 now.
What are your grades so far? What do you think you will find there?
Well, there's the Blackhawk project it's an event. There's lots of material. We've seen multi-ounce gold samples on surface. The mine is old records show very high grade gold. They didn't use the grades; they used the value per ton. And we see value per ton of $120 a ton. So if the gold price was $30, that's 4 ounces. We don't know. But from the maps I've seen, it was an extensive underground mine. We've found lots of grades. There's zinc grades, high-grade zinc. There's very high-grade silver. We've had some very high-grade copper on the property, not on the mine. The mine is actually the leakage of gold, the original mine. So it's a very interesting property all around. Need to get in and do some drilling, try and find out what the source of all this mineralization is. That's really what we're trying to do. The market's reacted positively to us in the last months, and it's up to 16 cents a share now, so much better than it was 6 months ago.
Okay, super, perfect. So you said now you want to drill. How long would that take, and what would be then, let's say, for the second half, the plans?
So the drilling will be pretty quick. It's Sonic Drilling is a local driller who'll drill it for us. They're very shallow holes. So the drilling would be pretty much done within 2 weeks.
Oh, wow, that's fast.
Not a lot of drilling. It's short holes, so you could do one a day pretty much. And then we'll see how that follows up on that. So it's positive for us, getting some drilling done on the property, which we haven't been able to do up to date. Initially, we were looking to get back into the underground operations, but we couldn't get in. It was blocked. And we couldn't really gain access, so we decided to come back and drill into it to see whether there's mineralization. If we can prove there's mineralization, then we'll get back to look at seeing how we can extract it.
Okay, super. So let's say from the state level, everything looks fine. Could California, as a county level, if you want to take it like that, could they interfere into your process?
The BLM and Forest Service, so we have both on, and BLM is really helpful, but have to go through the process. And I think that the process will be speeded up. You've got to go through, do all the checks and balances on environment and etc. I think that process will be speeded up. Forest is a little bit trickier, but I think the Forest is a federal agency, so that will be pushed forwards, I think.
Okay, super.
So we have both BLM and Forest on our projects.
Yeah. Okay, great. What is cash in the bank? Are you financed for this year?
We've got $600,000 in the bank at the moment. We've got MFD coming in as our partners. They are doing the funding the exploration at the moment, and will fund the drilling. So we don't really need any cash for the stage program. We'll see how those results come through, and then we'll see how we're going to finance going. We've got good supporters behind us, so I think we shouldn't have any problems with financing, given positive results.
Okay, so can you talk about the other large shareholders? Who is it?
ZURI Invest out of Zurich is a big backer of us, and they brought in some people, and it's really them backing us.
Okay, fantastic. So I would
it's always nice to have a good somebody behind you who's
that always helps a lot.
Keeps the things going. Make sure you do the right things.
Fantastic, super. Maybe one word on the gold and silver price. I'm sure you like the gold price.
You're probably talking to the longest gold bull around. I'm a mining engineer from Zimbabwe and from South Africa. I've always liked gold. I think gold, there's no question that there is a very big, strong buyer in this gold market. They talk about it being central banks. I don't believe it's ETFs or anything like it. I think it's really, these people are not worried about the gold price. They are buying it, and it's probably protection against the US dollar. They talk about China, Russia, Turkey buying gold. I think that makes a lot of sense. Russia's not allowed to use US dollars, probably hoping to use gold. There is something you can just see in the market, very, very strong buying of gold, really, really pushing it. And even copper is at life high now. Copper prices really just kept up with inflation at these prices, but certainly cost of production, I'm surprised we're not seeing much higher price. I still believe we're going to see higher prices for both copper and gold going forwards.
Absolutely. Silver is not so favorite.
Silver, I've never really been a big fan of silver. The old theory, people buy gold in the olden days so that you could put in your pocket and walk over the border. It works for gold, but not for silver. If anybody wanted to take their value and walk over the border, they'd need a truckload of silver.
That's right.
So I think people buy silver because they think the gold price is going to go up, and silver really runs with gold. But, talking about gold, you can see there's strong demand from gold. Just look at the share price. Somebody's buying gold big. It goes up $30 a day. That's a big buyer buying and not. Silver doesn't do that. Silver follows gold. In fact, it's even underperformed gold in the last little while. So people talk about industrial demand, and the market's not showing me that. That's what really worries me about silver.
Interesting. You are the first one who is skeptical on silver. That's interesting.
There's always somebody. I was skeptical on lithium as well. So.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I understand that. Absolutely. Okay, super. Dave, thank you very much for the update. We wish you well.
All right.
Please keep the drills turning and hit
Yes, let's
good
hope so.
drill results.
And thank you
please.
to our shareholders for our support.
Yeah, thank you very much.
right.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Dave Paxton, the CEO of Kapa Gold, and you heard it, the drills are turning, it goes really fast, sonic drilling, in approximately 2 weeks they have done that, so that is fantastic, and hopefully they have good drill results to show, and really interesting projects here in California. Really have a look at the company. Thanks for watching us. That was Commodity TV for ZURI Invest and ZURI Invest Night from Zurich. Thanks and bye-bye.